Welcome back to Group Call, July 3rd. Obviously, we are continuing off yesterday where we had a manipulation, price rebouncing, pushing away higher. We started to accumulate the top, but then Asia opened, we gapped down, right? Then we started a new cycle or whatever, right? Where price starts to chop, crazy pump up. We fill in the new day opening gap. From here, what is price doing? Is Asia gonna continue going up from this small internal manipulation and the rebalance, or are we just gonna fill in the gap and then go lower, right? If you look at ES we had a S&T from Asia, so we filled in the gap, yes, but the high up here from ES pretty much swept everything on the left, and it even rebounds back up. Has had this order block right here from this internal manipulation. So if I just mark it out, it would have pretty much like this. So price legit swept all of this on ES, and on NQ we almost swept this high on the left, but we didn't. We just pretty much edged it and we just rebounced at it. So nonetheless, it is fine. I mean, we did technically take this high out, which was good. So after price took that out, we went lower. Obviously, Asia started to dump lower. We started going lower, but at the same time, when you see price do, it's creating accumulation for us to come back and take out. So every time you see price dump or it's looking to pump or dump, it'll always leave behind accumulation for price to come back and internal manipulate to go lower, right? So that should have been like your bias or whatever, right? Obviously, London time, you had like the small internal manipulation. So if you wanted to take longs, it would have been off the order block rebalance to, trade all the way back up. But this would have been like your maximum DOL with this accumulation. Why didn't NQ take this out? Because if you look at ES legit took all of it out and it rebalanced even deeper. It swept that accumulation and it even went back inside this order block right here from legit. So it pretty much just did that. It rebounced back up into this high. It took out all this accumulation that we were building on the way, and it continued lower. ES swept multiple times because it was the one that made the divergence. It was the manipulating pair. NQ didn't really resweep. It just made this manipulation, displaced away from it, came back, rebalanced, and continued pushing lower. So it was very, very nice, right? So your bias should have already been like set pretty much. Like you already know what the day is going to be. Today is going to be bearish, etc. But we can still look to take some entries, right? Obviously, we have a lot of accumulation on the left. Remember what I said? This is accumulation, but it'll be targets when we flip bearish. Until then, we are looking to take internal manipulation all the way back up to continue, trading bullish. From here, what do we see price do? From this internal manipulation, we live behind the order block, right? Pre-market, we rebalance up into it. If we look here, you could see this would have been like your order block. Realistically, it would have been like this to this right here. You can see price tap back into it and it started displacing lower. At the same time, 8:30, yeah, no. So we were chilling, 9:30. Cool. We even had a nice SMT on ES as well. So, right here, boom, boom, boom. So, you had a fat SMT at 9:30, which would have told you that like, okay, we're gonna look to dump, we're gonna look to continue lower. So entries from there would have been like really easy and fast, especially at 9:30 when you see price rebounds back up to this high. And it continued to dump. Where is it? It's right here. So we rebalance back inside this manipulation area right here. Obviously, we still have something on the left, but we are continuing away from it. So this is telling us that like, okay, this is gonna look to hold. This is gonna be our new manipulation to look at. Order block would have been legit like this. Boom. The CE of it. Obviously, you have accumulation right around here. Right here. I don't know what's wrong with this mouse. Who is spamming me? I don't know. Obviously, so we have accumulation right here, pre 9:30. Every time you see accumulation pre 9:30 or in pre-market, if 9:30 opens up and it starts pumping, it's gonna look to take it out. So we take this out in pre-market very nicely. So boom, we sweep. Again, another order block gets created from the rebalance and from that short manipulation. Let me change this so this doesn't extend. There we go. There we go. So that's that. And then this is the other order block if you want to mark it out for like precision or not. But it would have been like this. Either way, price came back up at 9:30. We started to pump up. What did we do? Internal manipulation inside the CB and rebounds inside the order block. And we just continued to dump, right? Entries wise, where could we have taken the entries? Obviously, we had a fat wick at 9:30. But if you waited for a candle closure displacement lower, would have been like right here. So entry here would have been valid. Stop loss up there for 53 points, like 54 points, and TP anywhere on the left. So you had a lot of DLLs to refer to. Obviously, you see all this accumulation right here. So you can target all of that. If you want to target an individual low, go for it. But if you want to target everything else, it would legit been right there. And then a DOL would have been here as well, that wick low right there. So that was the DOL for the shorts. Re-entries, rebalance, displacement, find center here. Again, we had another rebalance, but if you had your stop loss right here or at the last recent rebalance, you would have been fine because price kept displacing lower. Another entry would have been here as well. After price finishes rebalancing, we get candle closure displacement past it. Entry there would have been fine, and obviously the TP would have been there. Cool. We dumped a bit, and ES was pumping at the same time. So NQ was manipulating lower for ES, and ES was pumping up, right? How would you have caught the longs? Okay, so if you look at ES at, what was the time? 10:15. ES was exactly, 10:15. Both pairs are at 10:15, right? ES already total swooped this high, and it made the order block, and we were rebalancing, and we displaced away from it, right? If you look at ES, we have all these targets on the left right here, and we have this fat wick right here that we need to take out, right? And Q, we were already down here. How's it going to your USD? Whose quarter store are you at? Nobody's, bro. So from here, again, 10:30, or not 10:30, but 10:15, right, on NQ. Price came back, re-swept that low. Cool. And if you look to the left, if you wanted to, like, for a precise entry for the longs like this, or like if you wanted a precise entry, whatever, this would have been like the quote-unquote entry, where we had SFT right here with this low right here from 1:30 to 6:15. I forgot what time was it, or 6:45. But we had SFT here with this wick right here, which made this quote-unquote the order block valid to see what price does once the rebalance is at. So when price came back, it gave us a total manipulation and external rebalance. It rebalanced to the CE, and it gave you that legit tick entry if you were looking for that. But that was the reversal longs for 10:45 macro. So price comes, total manipulation, displacement away. Obviously, it's really weak, but what do you expect? Current market conditions are garbage. It's fat CB, it's almost getting inverse. You see candle closure. Entry here would have been valid. Stop loss at the bottom, and TP at one of these highs, even back up here, would have been fine. Price rebalances and total manipulation, etc. We leave the order block behind, which would have been like right here. Price again rebalances inside the order block and displaces away. So pretty much chilling, you know what I'm saying? So rebalance, displacement, again, another entry would have been here valid. Stop loss at the rebalance of the order block. TP would have been first internal high, or anything on the left here would have been fine. And the reversal for the day, or the quote-unquote continuations, if you're looking at it from the higher time frame, sweeping that high, obviously we look bullish, but sweeping that high, total manipulation very nicely. If you look at ES as well, ES at the same time, I'm pretty sure we had SFC. Where was the high at? No, ES was pretty much trading away from this high. So manipulation, the rebalance was right here, rebalance. So ES was legit trading away, going lower. NQ still wanted to put in that high before it started to trade away and dump. So displaced away, rebalance, displaced. Again, if you want to look at this internal manipulation, that's fine. Small order block right here we had from this candle alone. Price rebalance to the CE, even gives us a nice internal manipulation right here, and displaces lower. So again, you could see shorts were valid, etc. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much the day. It's kind of choppy, a lot of accumulation, not a lot of entries. Like, obviously there was some, but like not a lot. Not a bad candle, can't lie. But yeah, this is price legit just building accumulation for the rest of the week to finish and close off. What do you mean, am I in a deli? Bro, that's my baby sibling. They're watching on the phone. Right now I'm in like the living room. Don't mind the brain rot. There, if it's loud, I'll turn it down. Can you guys still hear it? Yeah. We're good. We're good. All right. Any questions about PA breakdown? Funny guy, yeah. Yo, if AP hit SL today, just know he's gonna be the poster boy. Fuck. Yeah, TP. Fuck. Since we already swept pre-New York at lows at open, I targeted some London accumulation because I knew bearish narrative and we are going to run it. Yeah, valid. Price rebouncing back up and total inflation taking all this accumulation out. You waited for displacement, you enter on it, and TP down there. Very good. AP, same thing, continuation DRD, the trade that we went over, valid. S bands, yeah, valid too. Anticipated with video for New York session. I wanted to enter 938 shorts because it was close to manip in an order block because the timing didn't want to do. What do you think? What could tell me if I should enter or not? It's all about the market, how the market is looking at 930. If 930 you see we're in the middle of nowhere, we still have something above us, something below us, don't look to take it. But if you see 930 is like rebalancing back up into a PD rate that came from manipulation like today, then obviously look to take it because like right here we have SFT, right, and then price internal manipulation, rebalancing internal manipulation. It made it valid for us to take these shorts. But other days where we don't have the validity, like it's not valid to do it, then don't do it. Would you say it's valid? That's valid internal manip. I didn't enter because the wicks were too close. So I wasn't sure. I wouldn't really focus on this. I would just look at this on the left. This is internal manipulation, and it rebounds back up inside this high. So yeah, internal manipulation by taking out all this accumulation. I wouldn't just focus on just this candle alone. You know what I'm saying? And especially after the candle started flipping and they started displacing lower, that would have like confirmed it for you. CB3. The RD confirmation after bearish SMT. I was bullish, but we had no bullish manipulation internally, so I cut the liquidity move lower. Yeah, valid DRD and to the stack lows. Very good. Clean and simple. See? DRD works when it's the right time, you know? When everything lines up with it. Just like any other confluence. If you use them incorrectly, they're not going to work. If you just wait and be patient and you use it in the right conditions, they're going to work. They're going to slap. Tournament manip, CBD suspect, target those stack, internal highs. Yeah, tournament manipulation, CBD suspect, valid, entry, long, snap, TP to the high. Very good. Good job. Really wanted to enter earlier where the arrow is, but we had that bullish order block, so I was just extra careful. Let me know what you think. R wasn't the best today, but a small one. Entry wise, yeah, nothing wrong with it. Stop loss is a little bit wide. You can move it to that rebalance. I mean, if you were accounting for the internal manipulation for price to resweep, understandable, but still. Wanted to enter short here, but had a bullish order block. Yeah, don't really look at this bullish order block, especially when it's not going to really provide anything for us. The second you see the candle flip bearish, you know we're going to dump lower, especially right here after the candle closed bearish right here. And it failed to displace past these like small stacked highs, even if you see it. But NQ had the conditions, so we had SMT on the left for the accumulation on the left from Asia, and this internal SMT as well, and this internal manipulation back inside the CB right here. So that should have confirmed it for you that bullish order block was not going to hold, but still fine. Didn't see anything for the 930 session. I did forward test this though. I mean, we still have these two candles above where price could still come back and take them out, but entry wise it's not bad, and the stop loss is good too, and the TPF, nothing to complain about. It's good. I would just be careful next time. 1040 macro, I wanted to see price manipulate that low. I was targeted, and yeah, bro, I don't know why you're forcing it. Also, how do you lose 1.2k? What sizing were you in with? Because that is insane. Entry wise, I mean, this is after we reversed. You see price again, we come back, we do a heavy sweep, a fat Sibi dumped crazy right here. Let me show you it. Where is it? Right here. So this fat Sibi, that was how many points from the top to the bottom? 160 points, okay? In 1 minute, right? If we inverse this fat Sibi, what makes you think we're gonna short again? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? If we inverse a fat bearish period, right, and we are continuing to push up, like push up and push up higher, what makes you think this small like internal replacement right here is gonna, you know, flip price to continue going bearish? It wouldn't. It would have literally just continued going down. It did not need to come back up here and just give us a small internal to go down. It could have legit just went down from here. Think, son. Not the best R due to a little bit of FOMO going through the shit. I was not willing to deviate from OG or sell TP though. Entry not bad. SL is good too, and TP is good. Because they're in consideration, CP is good. Yeah, valid is valid, and your DOLs are good too. So you could have TP'd lower. It's still fine. Nonetheless, it's still a good trade. We could like the first time we had. He said the same thing. He said wait until after his live speaking. Yeah. Order block is getting respected from the bullish PD array, but price is slowing down and chopping at it. Yeah, I mean, valid that you would break even here after that sweep. If price comes back again, it might legit make the SMT at the bottom, because how many times did we edge that low? You know, it's very crazy. And on ES, we were making like higher lows, you know, but on, I mean, lower highs. But on NQ, we were pretty much making like sideways accumulation. So price could have legit reswept and then went to your TP. But overall, good that we would break even. This was actually a really, really valid trade to go break even at. Yeah. Nonetheless, 100% good that you would break even, because the price came back anywhere lower, you would have been 100% cooked. So very nice. You could have avoided that. Good. Very, very good. David. Yeah, the DRD lower. Very good. Good. GG. 1 hour and 50 minutes. We're bearish coming into the pre-market. Good. You marked out all these stack lows, but you just targeted the very bottom of them. You didn't want to, you know, do too much, and you TP'd right above it so you don't get edged. Very nice. And you made 1.3k on the eval. Good. Very nice. Do you think it's okay to trade straight manip in displacement and macro without relying heavily on narrative, as long as the TP is eternal or rebalance into a fair value gap? Yeah, you can do that, but at that point, you're just trying to be in and out of the move, you know? If you just wait and align yourself with the narrative, your trades will have a higher win rate. And plus, you'll feel better about the trades, you know what I'm saying? Because if you just take any random manip, you're going to get cooked. You know, the manipulation that is valid is the one that is alongside narrative. The only time where manip and displacement works is if you have like accumulation before it. So like if price takes out like a piece of accumulation, then we displace away from it, then yeah, it's valid. That's fine. But just be alongside narrative if you want to have a higher win rate. I had the funded for too long, also traded shorts and just did stupid this. They are actionable and to be avoided. I mean, okay, account. Your funding was blown, but like, what did you take to blow the account? Don't just send me that like, oh, I blew my account. Show me what you took. No trade stopped this Monday and paid with dog shit. Yeah, that's good. Can you do a breakdown of what you think is gonna happen tomorrow? Legit, anything could happen. We can either go down to go up, or we go up to go down. One of those two. But noticing that the CBNB is no longer as good as it was, you think it's chill to start taking trades without it and having TRD and other confluence instead? I mean, it literally was working today. For example, right here, if you waited for confirmation, you have BISI disrespect as price was displacing up. You could have taken an entry here. Again, right here, BISI disrespect. Right here, you could have taken an entry right here. Still good. Even if you wanted to refer to this as a BISI, right? Again, BISI disrespect, it was still good. Where else? Even right here on the left from London, CB disrespect longs, you hold them, and boom, you would have made money. You know, they all work. All these confluences work, but they have to come at a right time. For example, even here, the reversal at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., or yeah, 11 a.m. Total manipulation, busy disrespect, extra confirmation, you enter, hold from high day. So I would say these confluences all work, but some of them work better in certain market conditions. Okay, when we're hella volatile and we are looking for like just simple one-to-one continuations in and out, DRD is really good. CBM basic disrespect is good. If the markets are slow and they're very accumulative, you're gonna look at it from the order block or from like a manipulation leg. You know what I'm saying? So think of them as like weapons in your arsenal, right? You're not gonna use all of them at once. Some weapons are better for certain conditions or like against certain enemies, you know, for example, and others are better for the others. So because we had external internal SFT and rebounds by dissolution order block, it made it probable in the bullish order block we ran. Yes, exactly. Especially when we failed to displace any higher from the beginning of Asia or even London. Especially right here, this manipulation from London right here, where price made this internal manipulation very nice. We started displacing up, but then price started to accumulate. Cool. After it accumulated, we pumped up a little bit, and then we started to reaccumulate right here. So you can't have manipulation inside of accumulation. You know, something it has to take out something. So when price came up here at 7 a.m. and it took it out, that was the manipulation. That was the bearish manipulation. And at the same time, we had this SFT inside of this accumulation range where it just gave us the continuation. Boom. And then from here, you see price displace away. Hopefully that makes sense as Pat. But I think it was just a valid breakdown for myself. Yeah. Manip. That's what part this is after I learned to read price even better now after going more in depth about why price better it is. Displaced from the order block. Yep. Yeah, it's a valid trade, but just unfortunate that I just chopped in the order block. So good that you slapped break even, because it would have been unfortunate. Can't be asked this thing because a lot to read. Yeah, overall it's good. So only trade 1040 tomorrow. Yeah, hop on at like 10:30. If you see prices chopping and garbage, don't even trade tomorrow. How can I get better at reading narrative? Looking at the charts. Did I do good? Yes. Yeah, but that was out of the macro window. Yeah, it's still fine. Overall, we're trading price. We're not trading time. Price filling displays high from a bullish manipulative respect and bearish confirms it won't hold. Yeah, if it's not, think of it like opposite. For you to understand what something is, it's better and it's easier for you to understand the opposite meaning of it. Like for example, if you don't know what a tall person is, you could be like, oh, that guy that's short. The opposite of short. And you're like, oh, it's just, he's tall. You know what I'm saying? So like same thing for trading. If price is failing to go higher, that means it'll go lower. Easy. Think of it like that, in that sense. If it's not, its counterpart or like the opposite of it, but you get what I'm saying. I had a world bearish narrative today, like the busy disrespect. We got with speed after Steve got from another. This one hurt. This was Friday, no? Yeah, this was Friday. This was from July 2nd. July 2nd. I thought I saw the same thing that we just talked about today for the same trend. Could you compare the days really quickly? Okay. Yeah, was calling me. Hold on. My mom was calling. Alright. I thought I saw the same thing that we just talked about today for the shorts. Could you compare the days really quick? Yeah. Why is it not letting me paste the image? Anyways, okay. This is 5 minutes. Let's go on to 1 minute so it's easier for you to see. Cool. Right here. Coming off internal manipulation at the top, right? We are in a bear sequence. You have breakage structure at the bottom right here. Price even coming back up to rebalance inside this order block right here at the top, at the very, very top of the range. Cool. Displaced away. Alright, now we're looking for a new internal manipulation or even a rebalance back up into this range. One or the other, whichever one comes first. We see price come back up, it pumps up, right? It makes this manipulation, but how do we know it's valid? By seeing how price is reacting after it. Price pushes away, it pushes down, but it leaves behind another set of accumulation for us to manipulate again. So when it comes back up, right? What is it doing? Is it just taking out this high, or is it just taking out the manipulation, or is it just doing both and rebalancing? It rebalances back inside the previous manipulation and it takes out all this accumulation, right? That was for this order block right here for this high. So as you can see, we are leaving behind manipulation legs and accumulation for price to come back to later, take it out and rebalance to the previous leg. Same thing here. Price makes a high, we push lower, we leave behind accumulation right here, right? What does price do after? At 9:30, it fakes people out by making them think we're gonna go bullish, but realistically, we are here just to take out this accumulation right here on the left from the bearish narrative right here. So narrative is overall bearish, so what I should be looking at is the bearish manipulation. So bearish manipulation right here and native valid for us to take the shorts, right? Here, you look to your left, right? We have more accumulation below us right here, right? So price just taking out one singular piece is not going to be enough, okay? And especially right here, we have accumulation right here. You see it, price has not taken it out, okay? Price pushes lower, but did we come back to manipulate anything? No, we left a wick inside of this SIBI without it taking anything out, all right? Even right here, all this accumulation still was not enough to take it out. We have accumulation above us and accumulation right here. That was not enough for us to continue going bearish. What is price gonna do? It's gonna look to either make a small manipulation to send us back up to rebalance and then go lower. So this day, July 2nd, it just gave us a small internal manipulation, which gave us enough fuel to push us higher for the objective to take all this accumulation out. We have accumulation right here and accumulation right here. Two sets of accumulation that was not taken out. The difference with today is this accumulation got taken out after we rebalanced, and right before we rebalanced into this high, this set of accumulation got taken out. And this set of accumulation right here got taken out. You get what I'm saying? So there was not accumulation behind for price to like dig deep into. All it had to do was just rebalance inside of a PDRA and then deliver. But for July 2nd, accumulation was above us, so price had to make like a bullish manipulation first to pump us higher, you know? Hopefully that makes sense as Pat. Yeah. Expect London. Today, all the SMT held. Should we start valorizing SMT in the markets that we are in? You should be focusing on the SMTs in all types of markets that you're in. I've been telling you guys this. If you look at the narrative and you prioritize it, you will understand how to filter out the good SMTs and the garbage ones. Yeah, identify the accumulation that's getting taken out. If no accumulation has been taken out and we are just facing away, anticipate 9:30. If it makes like a bullish manipulation, anticipate that manipulation to deliver just to take out the accumulation, right? Especially when we are like in a trend. Did Salmon go ghost? I'm not really sure, bro. He's probably really busy, or something happened, but he'll probably tell us when the time is right. But until then, let's focus on trading. SMT aligned with narrative, yeah, that's the best confluence. I don't look at SMTs, I just keep in mind where ES is. I mean, if you don't look at SMTs, then you don't know where price is going to react from, because SMTs are really important for NQ and ES because both pairs are correlated. Of course, bro. Plus, these are also good for me because, you know, I break them down for myself as well, you know. I'm looking at the chart with you guys and I'm just explaining it to myself as well. So, it keeps me fresh and on my toes. Of course. All right. Any questions before we wrap up group call? All right. I'm waiting. Of course, bro, love. Trade C is like Project X? Yeah. It's similar to Project X, yes. Of course. What has happened to Alpha? Pretty much their premium plan, they paid out $25 million in like the span of 2 months, right? So they were losing a lot of money on that plan, but they still were gonna keep it up, right? But NinjaTrader, one of the platforms people were using to trade on, they pulled out of their contract. They didn't want to work with Alpha Futures anymore. Just like how Project X didn't want to work with other firms, it's like that. So that took out like a lot of like clientele and a lot of people. So it made them lose even way more money. So originally they were gonna close that premium plan in like a couple of months or like later on, but NinjaTrader pulling out from Alpha Futures as like a website to trade on, it just sped up things because now they're gonna lose even more money, right? And yeah, they were gonna originally like let people know in advance to like stop buying the accounts or like stop letting people purchase them, but since NinjaTrader pulled out, they had no choice but to like stop everything immediately. Otherwise, they're just gonna go bankrupt. Yeah. I've been slacking lately and I just getting back into this. How should I go about it? I need to drop my ego about where I used to be and think about how and where I'm going. Again, bro, look how far you've come as bands. Look at your beginning till now. That's where you'll find your answer, bro. Go down memory lane from the beginning of your trading, our DMs, your DMs in here with other people, how you started out on paper, you were confused, went right back testing, till now. Now you're able to read the markets, now you're able to trade on your own. So compare the old you versus the current you, and you will find your answers. That is my best advice. But yeah, with that, group call is wrapped up. I love you guys. Take care.